Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel, the channel where I like to talk about the good, the bad, and all we have to know about Italy. In today's video, we are going back to talk about properties for sale in Apulia region, and we are going to investigate a bit of the market price of the properties in this region in the south of Italy. So let's enter into today's video. I'm going to read this article, which I found on this outlet that is called Quotidiano di Puglia. It's a very interesting article. It's not long to read, so I will read it in English. Now we see, anyway, the title in Italian, but I will translate it in English. And also, I want to show you where on Google Maps these localities, these places are. So let's start and let's investigate it where these properties, the most expensive and the cheapest properties, where in Apulia region we can find these properties. Then please, if you like this type of videos, put like and subscribe. And if you want, you're free to join also my Facebook group, which is called Italy, a place to love. But so let's start and let's enter into today's video. All right, let's translate in English. Wait a second. Okay, and let's read. Now, there are 5 pages. This is page number 1. Beach house. Here's how much it costs to buy one in Puglia. The most expensive and the cheapest location. Okay, so Puglia's coastal real estate market remains vibrant with significant price differences with significant prices differences from one location to another. While Bari and Santa Cesarea Terme in the province of Lecce are among the most expensive destinations, smaller towns like Diso and San Foca, we are always talking about Lecce province, remain among the most affordable for those seeking a seaside home. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a holiday home or if you are an expat who wants to relocate to Apulia region. But we are talking anyway about seaside home without breaking the bank. Now, but based on online listings, let's see where the prices are the highest and where it's best to buy a seaside home in Puglia, in Apulia region. Okay, so let's go to the second page. This was just an introduction. And here we enter anyway into the location and into the prices. All right, so the most expensive locations. At the top of the price list is Santa Cesarea Terme, with prices reaching 3,000, let's say 3,100 euro per square meter. So it seems like Santa Cesarea Terme is the most expensive per square meter. A 60 square meter 3 room apartment in the city center is listed for 187,000 euro. All right, so these, I mean, anyway, are not mad prices, but considering, anyway, we are talking about a 60 square meter apartment. We are not talking in this case about a villa or a huge house or a big house. Bari also remains consistently above 3,000 euro per square meter. Now, it depends where about in Bari, and Bari is the capital of Apulia region, if you're not familiar, especially in the central and seaside areas. A 55 square meters, 2 room apartment in the Madonella area cost around 165,000 euro. Okay, so here we have two locations, Santa Cesarea Terme, and we have Bari. Bari is a city. So what do we understand from this paragraph is that, anyway, the houses are quite expensive, in particular because, anyway, in this case, we are talking about small apartments, 60 square meter apartment, which is maybe maximum a two-room apartment, and 55 square meter two-room apartment in Bari. So 165,000 euro in Bari, a bit lower, and higher in Santa Cesarea Terme. Now, at this stage, I would go, but no, let's keep reading. But no, let's keep reading and let's see which are the other towns here, which are considered the most expensive in Apulia region. Prices are also high in Gallipoli. Okay, Gallipoli, again, we are talking about Salento, ranging between 2,100 and 3,200 euro per square meter, depending on the area. In the historic center, a 92 square meter apartment cost almost 300,000 euro. Now, 92 square meters, 300,000 euro, we are still talking about an apartment. While a two-room apartment in Rivabella costs 95,000 euro. So again, I think we are around 50, between 50 and 60 square meters apartment, because we are still talking about apartments. Now, I don't know where exactly Rivabella is, but we will find out later. Then anyway, we have Polignano a Mare. Polignano a Mare is one of the most famous destinations in Apulia region, which is 2,700 euro per square meter. Follows with prices ranging from 160,000 for a 160,000 euro for a two-room apartment to 445,000 euro for a townhouse. We are talking about Polignano a Mare. And Vieste. Maybe not many of you are familiar with Vieste. Vieste is in the Gargano Peninsula. I will show you later as well this. And so we are talking about 2,300 euro per square meter, where a studio apartment in the center can be purchased for 90,000 euro. So a studio in the center of Vieste for 90,000 euro, I say, is still quite expensive. So here the most expensive locations. But now, so let's go on Google Maps and let's investigate where these locations are. So let's start with Santa Cesarea Terme. Okay, here it's zooming in straight away. Okay, let me zoom out. All right, so we are in Salento area, just beside Castro Marina. So I zoom in. Okay, Santa Cesarea Terme, Castro Marina, and here northern direction we have Otranto, then we have Palmarigi. So this is a very, anyway, high wanted destination. All right, Santa Cesarea Terme. Then let's focus on Bari, but probably many of you knows where Bari is. So this is, let me zoom in. Okay, here we have Bari, then obviously we have some districts of Bari which are cheaper and some are more expensive. Now, if I go back here, it was talking about two locations in particular. For example, a seaside area and Madonella, which is a district. Madonella area is a district around Bari. So consider that here is also included not only the expat market, but is also including the Italian market. So also Italian people who are looking for this type of destinations. Then let's see. Next we have Gallipoli. Okay. And we said 2,100, 3,200 euro per square meter. And then we have Rivabella, Polignano a Mare, e Vieste. So these four destinations. Now, let's start from Rivabella. Rivabella, okay, is in Lecce province, Rivabella. Okay, so we are on the other side of Salento here. So we are very close to Gallipoli. I didn't know, for example, this location in particular. I'm not very familiar with this town called Rivabella. I will investigate myself as well. So one is on the Ionian coastline, the Ionian Sea, and the other one, Santa Cesarea Terme, is on the Adriatic Sea. Now, let me go back again here. Gallipoli, okay, we all know, okay, Gallipoli and Rivabella are here, so they're both very close. And anyway, it seems that these are the area where the houses are the more expensive, the most expensive in Apulia region. And then the last one where they were showing very high prices, then we need to move to the northern part of Apulia region. So here we are, Vieste. So we are in Foggia province. This is the Gargano Peninsula. Okay. So, and Vieste is here. Okay, so Vieste is a very touristic destination, is a beautiful town, and it seems like there's high demand. I guess a lot of Italians go on holiday in Vieste, and generally Italian people like to go in Vieste. For example, if you have watched my videos when I go to the sea, I want to show you the location where when I'm going to the sea. I'm always going in between this town called Margherita di Savoia and this town here called Saponeta, and generally I go in this area where the salted lakes are. So here is big production of salt. So Torre Pietra, okay, this is exactly the location when I'm going to the sea. Just to show you here on Google Maps. But so let's go back to the third page. Okay, let's translate in English. All right. So, beach house. Here's how much okay, this is the title. We already read it. So, then we have the intermediate zones where the price range of the properties is a bit lower than the other one that I show you before. In the mid range, are cities like Otranto, where a four-room apartment of 122 square meters sells for 200,000 euro. Okay. Then we have Santa Maria di Leuca, 1,500 euro per square meter, with detached villas costing around 200,000 euro. Manfredonia, tops out with at 1,400 euro per square meter. A centrally located 130 square meter apartment costs around 179,000 euro. Manfredonia, you are probably not familiar with Manfredonia. I will show you as well on the map in a few minutes. So at the moment we have Otranto, Santa Maria di Leuca. So Otranto, I think we are talking about, anyway, still very close to Salento, maybe it's Brindisi province. I'm not sure if it's Lecce or Brindisi province. Then we have Santa Maria di Leuca, which is Lecce province. And then we have Manfredonia. Okay, then the last one about the intermediate zones, we have Trani. I love Trani. Trani is a very close town from where I am. It's around 50 minutes driving. I've been there many, many times. Okay, Trani is more affordable with prices around 1,300 euro per square meter. A four-room apartment of 144 square meters is listed for 180,000. Now, again, here barely we are always talking about apartments. The only location where they gave the price of a house, of a detached villa, so it's Santa Maria di Leuca, with detached villas costing around 200,000 euro. Okay, so here we have Otranto, Santa Maria di Leuca, Manfredonia, and Trani. Okay, now we go back to Google Maps. Let's start from the southern locations. Okay, so basically we have here Santa Maria di Leuca, and we are talking the very bottom of the hill of the Italian peninsula. So as we can see, we are talking about this location in Santa Maria di Leuca. So this is the mid-range. Then we have Otranto. Okay, Otranto is still in Lecce province. I see here, and it says Otranto, Lecce province. Obviously, the sea here and these towns, there's a high demand. Again, for example, here we see that we have Otranto, Castro Marina, which I didn't wasn't mentioned, but we had Santa Cesarea Terme. Then we had Santa Maria di Leuca. Okay, then we had Gallipoli and Rivabella. Okay, these locations. Then going northern direction. Okay, then there is all Brindisi province. But okay, let me show you. Then we had Polignano a Mare. All right. So, which has one of the most famous beaches in Apulia region. Half of Italy wants to go there. It's a very tiny beach. I've been there, but I didn't want to go myself to the beach because it's so small, the beach, and there are so many people, which I didn't really like, but I love Polignano Mare. Okay, then we had Bari, and then here we have Trani. Okay, I've been to Trani. I made a video from Trani, from Trani. So basically, I find it a very interesting destination. It's one of the places I will make a video soon back, because my last two videos were about if I'm interested. I mean, if it's convenient to buy a holiday home or not. But anyway, thanks to these two videos, I've also formulated few things about myself. Anyway, I live close to this area. Okay, so now here, for example, Monte Milone is not pointed here, but so Monte Milone, we are in this area here. I can zoom in 1 second. Okay, here we see Monte Milone. So basically, when I go to Apulia region, I drive to Minervino, then from Minervino to Canosa di Puglia, and from Canosa di Puglia straight to Barletta. And then if I want, I can go to Trani, I can go to Margherita di Savoia. And again, when I go to the sea, I go here in this location. Anyway, let's go back. So I showed you Trani. Again, Trani is a beautiful city. It's also, there is this province in Italy which is made by these three towns, this triangle: Barletta, Andria, and Trani. These three towns together make one province in Apulia region, and it's the one that I'm most interested in anyway. Andria, as you can see, is only 10 kilometers from the sea. Uh, anyway, Trani is a beautiful town. I'm now also interested in Barletta. I want to invest. I love Barletta. It's a very interesting town. Okay, now let's go back to page number 4 of the article. Okay, the cheapest area to find a property in Apulia region. Okay, let's see what they say. The cheapest locations. Those looking for bargains can look to Salento and the Taranto area. Taranto is another province in Apulia region. So Indiso and Tricase, okay. So these are two towns that we are going to investigate on Google Maps in a bit. Prices drop to around 700 euro per square meter. A 190 square meter apartment in Tricase costs 135,000 euros, while in Diso a 145 square meters detached house is listed for 99,000. So square meter detached house in Diso, 99,000 euro, which is not very, which is a decent price. Then about Tricase, we were talking about um, a 100 square meter apartment. So we are talking about a big apartment, 135,000. Then we have San Pietro in Bevagna, also remain affordable, with prices around 850 square meters, 850 euro per square meter. A 178 square meter villa is listed for 150,000. So San Pietro in Bevagna. I'm not familiar myself with this location. Then we have San Foca. San Foca 900 euros per square meter, and San Cataldo 1,050 euros per square meter, are also cheaper than the tourist resorts destinations that allow you to purchase for prices well below those of the more renowned Gallipoli or Polignano a Mare. Okay, so here we have five locations, five destinations. We have Viso and Tricase, then we have San Pietro in Bevagna, then San Foca and San Castaldo. I'd say that the cheapest is for 700. These and Tricase prices drop 700 euro per square meter. So the cheapest are Diso and Tricase. Let's see where now these two locations are. Diso in Lecce province. Okay. Okay, Diso it's here. So we are very close to Castro Marina, but obviously all the other locations that we saw were on the coast. With this one is a few kilometers away. I'd say we are talking about maximum 5 kilometers from Castro Marina. And so I'd say it's quite close, quite interesting. All right, so Diso, then let's check Tricase. Tricase, so we are still talking about Salento area. So this is Tricase. Again, we are talking about 5 kilometers maximum from the sea. We are not, anyway, just on the sea, like in the other one that we saw before. Okay, now let me go back here to see the other destinations. So we saw Diso, we saw Tricase, and now San Pietro in Bevagna. Let's check this location. San Pietro, okay, is in Taranto province. Okay, San Pietro in Bevagna, so we are here. Now let me see. San Pietro in Bevagna. Okay, here it is. Okay, so we are not very, very far. I mean, we are 20-25 kilometers from Taranto. Anyway, Taranto is a beautiful town. I know had some problems in the last years. I mean, that's why it's not very renovated, but it's a beautiful town. For example, many years ago, I've been on holiday here in Marina di Lizzano, and I can only say that the sea was fantastic. So, San Pietro in Bevagna, Taranto province, we are on the sea, and so we are in a kind of short distance to Taranto. So then from Taranto, anyway, we have the motorway and so on. Then what else we have? Okay, here in Italian, San Pietro in Bevagna. And then we have other two destinations. One is San Foca and one is San Castaldo. Okay, now let's investigate where San Foca is. San Foca. San Foca, so we are talking about Lecce province. Now let's see. Okay, San Foca, it seems like we are talking about a town on the beach, on the seaside. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so it's a very touristic destination, San Foca. I didn't know the prices were kind of low here in this area, considering that anyway we are close to the most beautiful beaches in Apulia region. I wanted to see La Baia dei Turchi, so San Foca, we are here. And anyway, we are a bit far from Santa Cesarea and Castro Marina. It's in the northern part. Okay, no, but we are still in Lecce province. Okay, so it looks like a very interesting location. Then obviously here we have San Castaldo, Casalabate, Torre Chianca. Okay, these are all interesting destinations. And the last one, let me see, was San Foca, San Cataldo. Let's see where San Cataldo is. Okay, we are still in Lecce province. Okay. Okay, so here basically we have another destination. Okay, so San Foca and San Cataldo, these two destinations here. So basically, between the most wanted destinations in Apulia region, we find out a bit which one are the most expensive, intermediate price, and lower prices. Okay, now let's read just the last paragraph of this article. Okay, the price range reflects a real estate market driven primarily by international tourism and short term rentals. Globally renowned locations such as Polignano, Gallipoli, and Bari register much higher prices, while lesser known villages still represent an attractive investment niche for those seeking larger properties on a budget. Okay, so basically, we have a different typology of buyers. We might have expats, for example. I'm doing a recap. People who would like to relocate in this part of Italy, or you might have someone who is just interested to buy a holiday home, or there is someone who is interested to buy as an investment to rent out these properties because anyway there is with high demand, with a high tourist demand. So there is always the chance to make an investment here to anyway to buy a property to rent it out as an investment. All right, my friend. Now I will go just here to this page because I also wanted to show you on Real Advisor the price market if it was matching with the location with the prices that with this article was giving. I wanted to say let's see just here. Let's do the test with one San Foca, for example. San Foca Lecce. I want to see if it's matching the price that they're giving here. Okay. Okay, here we have San Foca. Now, San Foca gives for an apartment 1,134 euro per square meter, and for a house 1,284 euro per square meter. I think maybe I will take a note of all these towns that had been selected by this article, and maybe I will make a short video for each town, and I will investigate better the price range. So, for example, here they are giving this data. Now I want to go back to the article where the cheapest, and I want to see what is the price given by this article here. So, San Foca 900 euros per square meter and San Cataldo 1050 euro per square meter are also cheaper than the tourist resorts destination that allow you to purchase for prices well below those of the more renowned Gallipoli or Polignano. Okay, so here it says some folk, and now it doesn't give an example as the other one for an apartment or a house listed for a certain amount of money. Here it's just giving the prices of some folk, the prices per square meter. So 900 euro per square meter. Here it says some folk 1284. So Real Advisor is showing 300 euro more, but consider also that there is this trend that when we see a price for a house for sale in Italy and we see one price, I will deduct straight away 10, 15, if not 20%, to try always to bargain at least maximum to 20% from the asking price. That always. All right, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Nothing. And if you enjoyed, please, if you arrived up to now, please put like and subscribe. And I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel to my next video. Bye.